Jack Ruhl Show. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Right now it's about 8 a.m. I'm going to work out. It's been kind of a long night, actually. I'll explain later, but for now, I'm gonna go work out. Alright, go work out. Feeling pretty tired, but gotta keep going. Breakfast doesn't open until about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I'm gonna try and get back, shower, read a little bit, and then get some food, because I am hungry. Hungry indeed. Oh, alright, good morning, y'all. I'm back, and the day has started. It's been a weird, very, very weird past 12 hours? Past 15 hours, 16? I don't know. Let me tell you guys about last night. Last night, I fell asleep from 7:45 until about 11. And then I woke up, and I was just feeling awake. So I was really energized, so I figured I'd get some work done, I'd watch some videos, all that kind of stuff. So I started going through my old footage. I was looking back through a bunch of old pictures that maybe I would want to re-edit, all that kind of stuff. And next thing I knew, it was about 6 a.m. And I was like, well, I'm not tired now, so I might as well just edit today's episode and get going. So I edited today's episode, and then I pretty much just worked on stuff. I created the cover for my Jack Ruhl Show playlist, link in the description if you guys want to check that out. And then I pretty much just worked on different stuff until about 8 a.m., which is when I went and worked out at the gym, came back and slept until about 1 or 1:30. So it's been a pretty weird morning, if I do say so myself.
We're all here. We're all here. Good morning, Lynn.
Kim, tell me, what is this project for?
Okay, so for our English class, we had to like pick a topic and make either like write an essay about it, or make like a multimedia or any type of different like art piece that you could like demonstrate what you're talking about. So I'm talking about how like social media and technology are like kind of like taking over, and like people like create this like social media identity that they want people to see them as. So I'm coming to interview Jack because he obviously has a great social identity online. So I wanted to see how he like created that, and I'm gonna like ask him what your identity is online and all that jazz.
I like it. Alright, well, I'm gonna get talking with Kim, but we'll catch up with you guys in 1 second.
Okay, I think that's all the questions I have for you then for this. And I'll give you a shout out on my opinion blog.
Alright, we're done. Kim, how'd I do?
I think you did a fantastic job. You made my video a lot better because right now it's kind of like low-key really creepy of like videos of people.
Alright, well, I'm glad I could help you out. Hopefully, I'm sure it's gonna turn out well because you're making it, but hopefully my interview works.
Thank you so much. You're a big help. I will see you soon.
Good to see you, Kim. MK had me work on her project as well, which I thought was pretty cool. She basically just had me take a whiteboard, write my name, all that kind of stuff, and answer 3 questions on it. And 1 was, what is my biggest insecurity? 2, what do I love about myself? And 3, how do I want people to view my social media presence? And I loved answering those questions because it made me like really like ask deep questions, which you guys know I love asking deep questions. So my answers to those questions were, my biggest insecurity is my family's health. That's something that like if my family is ever in trouble, if they're ever sick, injured, anything like that, it just like, it throws me off. You guys know from when my grandma died and all that kind of stuff happened, like it threw me off. So my family's health is my biggest insecurity. What I love about myself is probably my work ethic, I think. I don't know if that's arrogant or not. And then I answered the question, how do I want people to view my social media? As I just said 1 word, and that was authentic. And I think that's pretty much just the main thing I want to talk to you guys about today. Being authentic on your social media presence and loving the process. Loving the process is a huge thing I want to talk to you guys about today. I love reading books, and that shouldn't come as a surprise to you guys, considering how much I love talking about philosophy or thinking or ethics or anything like that. But the biggest thing about books I love is that it's about the process, and how, like this book for example, On Filmmaking by Alexander McKendrick. My mom got this, oh hey Michael. My My mom got this book for me when I was fresh out of surgery this past April, and I just love this book specifically because it talks about just the process of writing a screenplay or just anything about filmmaking. And I think that's an important part of doing anything in the creative industry or even in the business industry or any industry for that matter. Loving the process means being willing to put in the work daily to get better at your craft. In Travel Mentors, it talks about how mastery is basically just working every single day, doing little bit by little bit, overcoming challenges until those challenges become easier because you're getting stronger. Those challenges aren't getting any easier in their own like form, but you're becoming stronger at what you're doing so that those challenges become easier to overcome, if that makes sense. Since we're talking about loving the process, I wanted to get a second opinion because you guys hear from me too much. So I wanted to talk to Michael Gribble about just loving the process of becoming a filmmaker. Michael, what would you say,
Heyo.
you being a phenomenal filmmaker as you are, what would you say about the process? Obviously, if you want to go into the film industry, it's not just about winning Oscars.
Right. Yeah, I'd say, well, you know, all these books you have, books are great. The internet is great too, and there's so many like great resources online now where you can hear from like some of our favorite filmmakers. You know, they do those round tables where it will be like the best director nominees all just sitting around a table talking about directing for like 3 hours, and that's just so cool. Actually, I need to watch this year's one for that and the writers as well. But you know, books are great too. I have a few books on stuff that I'm trying to read. And then another thing that I try to do is just, you know, learning by doing. You know, it doesn't have to be the best thing, but if you just work on trying to create things, you're gonna learn from it. So like for example, I have one of my friends from back home and I were trying, well this isn't exactly film, but you know, entertainment, we're working on writing a musical, and we're working on writing the book right now, which is like the spoken parts, and we're just like we just keep trucking, and it's, you know, it's very early draft stages, and it's gonna take, you know, revisions and revisions and revisions, but you know, you just do a little bit of it each day and you learn something from it, and at the end of the day you know a little bit more about writing the book of a musical.
Now, for everybody who would want to become a filmmaker, what advice would you give to a beginner who wants to get better and eventually make it into Hollywood?
It's hard for me to say because I too am that beginner. I think it goes towards what Jack was saying about loving the process and just trying to learn something new every day. Whether it doesn't have to be anything huge, you know, you don't have to discover like the biggest thing about filmmaking or like whatever your craft is in one day. But just like make little bits of progress as frequently as possible and just try to absorb as much knowledge from around you as possible.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're in a setting like where we are at film school. You know, you go on set, and I was working on a set the last couple weekends as a DIT, so I was offloading the footage and doing things like that. But I was always trying to just observe what everyone else was doing around me, just to try to learn from observation what they're doing, what their job's all about.
Yeah. So basically just use all the resources you have, use every minute you have. Something that one of my big influences, Gary Vaynerchuk, says is be macro patient, but have micro speed. So every single day, try and work as much as you can, try and learn as many things as you can, but be patient in the long term, understanding that it's gonna take a while. I've been making videos every single day for the past 205 days, but I'm still only like at where I'm at. We still have a long way to go, but at the same time, we've still come a far way. So I think it's cool that you say just using all your resources and practicing daily.
That's right.
Sweet. So essentially it's just using books, movies, TV shows, watching and absorbing content, and just reading and learning and thinking. Thinking critically is probably the biggest tip I have for you guys. Just absorb everything you can. Watch everything you can. People that say watching TV is bad for you, if you're going into the industry, watch TV. Watch as much as you can because that's what you're gonna be creating one day. So use all the resources you have and eventually it'll be fine. Well everybody, that's all I got for you today. I hope you picked up some valuable tips, something you can apply to your own life. If you did pick up something, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any advice for me. I'm still learning. I hope you guys are still learning. So I hope you guys are enjoying going along this process with me as I learn how to be a better filmmaker, better entrepreneur every single day. So thank you guys for watching. And Justin, what do you think people should do?
Be awesome.
Hey.